Hey guys, what's up? Philip Brazuca here, and yes, this video I'm gonna speak in English. Most of you guys know my videos are all in Portuguese because I teach Portuguese. In case you want to learn Portuguese and if you don't know my channel, take a look. I'm sure you will learn a lot of Portuguese. And the idea of this video here is to show you guys 5 things that I did to learn English and 5 things that you can apply to any language. So the first thing that I tell you guys that is really important to learn a language, not just a language, it's having discipline. If you don't have discipline, you can try to do anything in this life and you won't excel on this, you won't master on this. I mean, how many times have you met someone who went to a seminar, motivation seminar, and they get out of there so energized, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then they start to do this during a week, and then in the second week, nothing more. There is no discipline. So if there is something that I tell you to learn more about, it's about discipline. If you can put this to learn a language, you can apply this to any other thing in your life, and I'm sure you will succeed. So the second thing that you can do is creating an English environment. So what I mean by that, you listen to music, do you like music? Listen to English music. Do you like movies? Watch movies in English all the time. You like, I don't know, put your cell phone in English, put your Facebook in English. When I started, I wanted to be really like, I wanted to go crazy about English, like to learn fast. And I created a Messenger, a Skype account, and a Facebook account just for people who spoke in English. So nowadays we don't have Messenger, but we have Skype and we have Facebook and we have WhatsApp. So imagine if you have another cell phone, like an old cell phone, you can buy a SIM card and you will put this on your cell phone and you will add people on the internet, just people who speak in English all the time. So wherever you have this cell phone on your hands, you will be talking to people in English. So that's what I mean, like surround yourself with people who speak in English. And something that is really important, talk to people on the streets. When I was living in Brazil, I had this Canadian jacket, and I would go on the streets and people would, see me and they would approach and they would say, hey, are you from Canada? And I would, no, I'm not from Canada, but I speak in English. We can practice a little bit here. And there you go. You have someone to practice with you. And you didn't do anything. You just put a t-shirt, you just put a jacket, and they will see this, they will get attracted, they will talk to you, and boom, you have a friend, you have a contact, you can practice with this person. I know sometimes it can be really scary to talk to people on the street, but you get used to it, you keep doing, and then you will see that you will improve so much, you will learn so much, and it gets fun because you will have stories to tell to people all the time. People will say, hey, how did you guys meet? And you say, yeah, I was buying, I don't know, an ice cream, and then he saw me with this Brazilian shirt and he asked me if I were from Brazil, and I told him I was not, but I was learning Portuguese, and then we started to talk, and there you go, it's easy as this. We human beings, we were made to connect to each other, it's just about connecting to people. Alright, so the third recommendation I have to you guys here that I used to learn English was reading a lot, read a lot, and of course read something that you really enjoy. There is no sense on reading something that you don't like, because you wouldn't do this even in your own language. You wouldn't do this. So what is the point of reading something that I don't care about? So make sure to find some really nice book or even articles on the internet. You can find so many. So this is really, really, really useful, right? And of course, after being surrounded by music, by movies, by everything in English, and reading as well, I started to practice a lot with podcasts. And podcast is the best way I have ever found to learn any language. Why is that? Because they have so many interviews. They will talk about a lot of topics. There are millions of podcasts in English. You can choose whatever topic you want. And why I like so much listening to podcasts, I listen to podcasts every day. Actually, I'm gonna recommend to you 6 podcasts that you should be listening by now, not just to learn English, but to improve yourself as a person. So this is a list of some podcasts that I really like. And School of Greatness with Lewis Howes, 10 Times Talk with Joe Polish and Dan Sullivan, 48 Days to the Work You Love with Dan Miller, The Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn, Online Marketing with Amy Porterfield, the Leadership podcast, and I say it's 6, but it's 7 actually, Tim Ferriss podcast. It's a little bit longer, the Tim Ferriss show, it's called a podcast. And but it's really useful. Why is that? Because most of the times those guys are talking to other persons, so they are interviewing them, and this is really useful because you will see how English speakers interact between them. So you can notice how they speak, you can copy them. I mean, learning a language is about imitating, that's it. You just pay attention. When this guy talks to this guy, and you pay attention when this guy answer to this guy, and then you will start to notice a pattern. You will start to notice something really common, and it was okay. Well, this guy always say this. Oh, and when he wants to say no, he say like this. Okay, so you start to learn. One thing is for sure, you will learn much more than English, and that's the point. And of course, you have the meetings. The meetings for me is like the most important, and it's so fun. When you go to a place and talk to people, like having fun, practicing the language. And when the first meeting that I went, it was so crazy because I didn't know anyone, and I went by myself, and I was new in this city. I was living in Brazil, in São Paulo, and I didn't know anyone out there, and to go with me, So I went there. I mean, I go, come on, I gotta do this. It shouldn't be that hard. But once I got there and I saw those people that I didn't know, I was like, oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna grab a beer. And then I went to the bar, I grabbed a beer, and I started to look at them like, oh, okay, man, should I go there? Should I stay here? Should I leave home? And then I started to think like, man, if I take a long time to go there, it's gonna be so weird because everybody will know that I was there, like scared to go and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm gonna go. The longer I stay here, the worse it's gonna be. So I went there and said, hey guys, what's up? Are you guys from Internations? And they told me, yeah, we are. And take a seat. And then I took a seat with them. We started to talk. It was really nice. And then I don't know, like half an hour later, this place was crowded, like really crowded of people speaking in English. And that for me was like crazy because it was the first time that I was in a place full of people speaking the language that I was learning. And that for me was really nice. It's unforgettable, literally. It was pretty cool. And of course, if you're taking someone to go with you to the meeting, make a deal with this person. You tell to them. You tell them like, hey man, let's do something. We're gonna go to this meeting together, but you're gonna speak in English, I'm gonna speak in English, and once we get there, you go one way, I go another way. That way, we will meet more people, because if we stay together, we will tend to be together, and when you're by yourself, people will approach, people will talk to you, hey, what's up? What are you doing here by yourself? Yeah, man, I'm just meeting people, I'm practicing English, blah, blah, blah. Just like this, it's no big deal. Just, make this deal with your friend. I'm sure he will understand. It's a benefit for both of you guys. That's what I did to learn English, and you can apply this to any language. So if you liked the video, if you learned something, leave a thumb up. And of course, if you're learning Portuguese, follow my YouTube channel. I'm always putting new videos in Portuguese, of course. I'm not gonna be speaking English. This video in English is just to practice a little bit and to share my experience learning a language. And that's it. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.